Hey guys, you're welcome to Maxy's Kitchen if you're new, and you're welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Just please make sure you've subscribed. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make the best cinnamon rolls you've ever had with this cream cheese frosting as well. This was so delicious and I can't wait to teach you guys how to make it. First things first, here's the ingredient list for the cinnamon rolls and also for the frosting. So first thing you want to do is to heat up your milk or water. I like to use milk. You can use water if you like, or any plant-based milk. You want to heat that up. You don't want it to be too hot. You also don't want it to be too cold. Just lukewarm, and then you're going to add your yeast and a little bit of sugar and cover it until it's done proofing. In another bowl, you're going to add your flour, your sugar, the rest of your sugar, because we used a bit to proof the yeast, and your salt, and you're going to give that a good mix and also set that aside. So what you're going to do next is to transfer your mix of dry ingredients into a mixer bowl, because we're going to mix this and then knead it. Okay, so after you've added the dry ingredients, you want to add in your yeast and milk or yeast and water mix, and then 2 eggs. Now make sure that your eggs are at room temperature. Baking tip number 1, you always want to make sure that your baking ingredients are always at room temperature. Even if you're using milk, you want to make sure it's at room temperature, unless it's been specified that the thing actually has to be cold. Okay, so I actually mixed that very well, and when it was combined for about 5 minutes, I started adding in my butter. Okay, so this butter was softened actually. You add the butter in bit by bit while kneading, and then you should get something stretchy like this after a couple of minutes. Okay, this is what you want your dough to look like. Okay, and also, oh guys, make sure that you're using bread flour for this recipe, or hard flour. Bread or strong or hard flour is what has the gluten that we need to make the cinnamon rolls very soft. You know, that's what makes bread chewy, stretchy. It gives the bread all the good things that you always like to look for in a good bread. Okay, so make sure you're using hard flour, bread flour, or strong white flour. And if you don't have a mixer, you can definitely just knead with your hands. Okay, so guys, whenever I'm talking, right, and I can't really tell you what's going on visually, just look at the screen. I've put all the instructions there. I'm just also giving you extra tips. Okay, so I clearly made my brown sugar mix. You guys would see all the ingredients, all the directions for that, but I also put my dough aside for 1 hour to double in size. You guys saw that, and now I'm just taking it out of the bowl. I'm just going to roll it into a rectangle. You guys will see how I do that. Once you have a rectangle that's very similar to mine, you want to spread your softened butter on the surface of the dough. So now in the ingredient list, you'll see that I have put 2 measurements for softened butter, and I've put for dough into brackets for one of them, and for cinnamon rolls in brackets for the other. This is obviously the one for the cinnamon rolls, the first softened butter we used to make the dough. Okay, so you want to apply the butter. If it's too much, don't force it. Okay, you might need a little bit more than what I've put there, or a little bit less than what I've put there. You know, these things can be different all the time, and same thing for the sugar and cinnamon mix as well. But after the butter, you just want to spread the sugar everywhere and then roll it carefully. And then you want to make incisions with a very small knife. You're not trying to cut through, okay? You're just making incisions to make sure that you have fairly equal sized cinnamon rolls. And then you want to use a thread or dental floss to cut the cinnamon rolls right on the incisions. The reason why we're using this is because if you use a knife, it would press the dough together, and that's not what we want. So you're going to cover your cinnamon rolls and let that proof for 30 minutes. While that's proofing, let's make the frosting for the cinnamon rolls. Now this is not exactly your typical cream cheese frosting or your typical cinnamon rolls glaze or frosting, okay? But it's super delicious. So you're going to add your double or whipping cream to the cream cheese in a bowl, and you're going to add in your vanilla essence or extract and whip that up. Now you can use a regular whisk if you don't have a hand mix or a hand whisk, okay? So once that's nicely incorporated like what I have, you're going to add in your sugar. I only use about 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar because I don't like, you know, sweet things that much. If you want more sugar, feel free to use more than I did, but I found that this was perfect and it was absolutely delicious. It's been 30 minutes and we're going to brush the top of the cinnamon rolls with some melted butter. This isn't in the measurements in the ingredient list, but you can save a little bit of the butter for this. You just need really small, and then you're going to bake that in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius. Please make sure to preheat your oven before you put your cinnamon rolls inside to bake. You want to bake for about 23 minutes to 25 minutes, and once that's done, you just want to pop the glaze on or the frosting on. I added a little bit of brown sugar to the top for extra sweetness, and this was so good, guys. You have to try it and let me know when you do. Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.